child, did the old folks shake their heads and sigh? Things are different today. The summers were longer once, with fragrant winds in evening. There were storks and chimneys then, and crickets. Why did they tell me things are different now? Once the smallmouth bass would leap from under the lotus, snapping at dragonflies. Once there were green mosses on the river stones. Why did they tell me?
Yes, I understand. Goodbye.
Hello? Yes, this is Leah. I'll be there right away.
Hello. Yes, I've two of everything I can handle at the pond. No, of course I don't have whales. There simply isn't room. Well, I'm sorry, too. Yes, the quails and pheasants. Ground squirrels and a pair of skunks. The soil aeration is perfect so far. Plenty of earthworms. Oh, and I have a pair of salamanders, too. Tortoises and tadpoles. I'll have to rely on the pond nutrition for that. Yes, I'll do the best I can. Goodbye. Oh, they mapped for me. As far, they'd say, as the eye could see was wilderness all around. There was a lake here then where beavers toiled and deer would drink. There were lynx, they say, and bobcats too, and wild poppies blooming. Why did they map it out that way? I'm not one for calling creatures by pet names, for sugaring the wild blood, for housebreaking the sturdy beast into a neurotic shadow of myself. I like a falcon's talons to stay sharp.
The sulfur dioxide content of the air at 3:42 p.m. today is 0.42 parts per million. The lead content of the air is 6 micrograms per cubic meter. The carbon monoxide content is 28 parts per million. In the downtown area at 3:28 and 40 seconds, the noise pollution at the corner of Main and High Streets was recorded at 90...
We are of the same stuff, these creatures and I, of the same wild elements, combined in a chemistry of spit and sperm and the spirit to survive. And whether microbe or man, Our relation to nature approximates that of a fish to water. Until I sealed it off in glass, this pond was dying like a waterhole in drought. But I nursed it back to health from my junkyard of pumps and paraphernalia, revived it in an iron lung of filtered air, trussed and braced it in the coils of a water distillery. Each earthworm nurtured, each life cell succored. Yet it is more, much more than a puddle within a ramshackle whitewashed glass. In this one shallow pond, I know the depth of all the salty seas. In my small pond vibrates 1 billion years of the birth of our vast planet. When our Earth was merely a molten lump, cooling after too much fire. Until the waters rose. Shallows, in puddles, in warm ponds of seawater. From a holy silence, life wriggled into being. And whenever winds blew sea sprays over a cindery planet, living organisms rode on pseudopods and pogo sticks, trumpeting, "Here will I grow. Here will I grow." Wherever mists drew their rainbows, the life rays multiplied by millions, at times bizarre, but never useless. These waters of life, all the rivers run back into the sea, yet the sea is not full. Into the place from where the rivers come, they return again. shallow pond, in this small water's wet, is an echo. Here will I grow. Here will I grow within this ramshackle of whitewashed glass. I don't know where they came from, where they breed. I know only that they're destroying the life of my pond, and with it, I myself am dying in proportion. How like human beings they are in their senseless destructiveness, in their greed. Only man is more ruthless. That cloud of foul air hanging over us is the breath of human greed. And we can blame nothing else for our predicament. Not even the rat. Go for a hungry hawk or a wise old barn owl. I'd prepared for another collecting trip to the world outside, but at the last moment I lost nerve. Somehow I'd been here too long. I'd become a kind of hothouse human. In staying, I know that I'll remain here as long as humanly possible, using all the skills I have in rebuilding the life family of this pond, if that can be done. Perhaps the nature of a life family is too complex to control, much less synthesize. Despite many setbacks, the pond is beginning to thrive again. Operator, I want the police.
Downtown area at 9:15 a.m. The noise pollution at the corner of Main and High Streets was recorded at 100 to
Operator, this is an
110
emergency.
decibels, peaking at 120. This report has been recorded. The carbon monoxide content is 30%.
through this deluge, there emerges a last man, a Noah to carry on. That Noah must be all of us. Even then, the outcome is uncertain. All we know for sure is that the 40 days and 40 nights of this deluge of pollution and erosion and destruction began centuries ago. Now we are living through and dying through its last hours on this ark called Earth.